So, what do you do when you have nothing to do when you're a child in a town that is nothing but ordinary? Either you can hang out with your friends or play video games, or you can hang out with a woman with a guitar, riding on a Vespa, and finding things that are fucking robots that are growing outside of your fucking head. I think that this little boy chose the latter. Welcome to the Brumakian podcast, a show that I can review anything but not everything. On this show, I cover any medium of entertainment, whether it be various tokusatsu films and anime. This week is episode 52, A Boy's Crazy Childhood, my review of Fooly Cooly. The director, Kazuya Tsurumaki, I hope I got them all right, wanted to, in his words, break the rules of anime when he was making this show, like choosing a Japanese rock band in The Pillows, and patterning the styles of a Japanese TV commercial or promotional video. If you ask me, Japanese commercials are fucking weird and yet crazy. Its localization director and scriptwriter, Mark Handler, stated that the original Japanese script was very difficult. Many in-jokes and pop culture references were changed for English audiences. When it came to criticism to the show, Fooly Cooly, Tsurumaki stated, comprehension should not be an important factor in FLCL. Nevertheless, FLCL, or Fooly Cooly, was released on DVD in Japan on April 26, 2000 to March 16, 2001, and its English localization, aired on Adult Swim from August 4th to August 13th, 2003. This next part of the review has major spoilers. If you don't want to be spoiled, then skip to this timestamp right here. I'll give you 5 seconds. Alright, let's begin. The story of Fooly Cooly is a coming-of-age story. It revolves around Naota Nandaba, a 12-year-old working-class boy living with his widowed father and grandfather. His life in the city of Mabase, I hope I got that one right, is interrupted by the arrival of a Vespa-riding maniac named Haruko Harahara. Try saying that 5 times fast. She runs over Naota, then revives him with CPR before hitting him on the head with her left-handed electric bass and proceeds to stalk him. Question, did this kid not call the cops? Finding Haruko weaseling her way into his life as a living maid, Naota discovers that the head injury she caused created an endo portal, which giant robots are produced by a company known as Medical Manica. I wish I was making that up, but I'm not. The first of these robots is hit on the head by Haruko and becomes a friendly service robot later named Kanti. Kanti ingests Naota to assume the reddened form he first had when fighting the robots sent after him. Haruko claims she is an alien investigator from the Galactic Space Police Brotherhood, and her presence places Naota and those around him in danger. The Interstellar Immigration Bureau's Commander Amarato, I guess that's how you say it, who Haruko has a history with, instead reveals she is an empathetic seductress seeking a space-manipulating being called Animusk, who was partially contained within Kanti. Every time Naota is absorbed by Kanti, Animusk is gradually brought to Earth. As Animusk is held in Medical Mechanica's custody and Haruko ultimately places Earth under threat, the company eventually turns their factory station on the planet into a doomsday terraforming device, attempting to have Naota and Kanti absorbed by the doomsday device's terminal core. That was a lot to take in, Jesus. Haruko's plan, however, fails, as Naota ends up becoming Animusk's host and then releases him into the universe after a brief battle that ends Medical Mechanica's attack on Earth. Haruko follows after Animusk, and Mabase returns to normal. Somewhat. I'll be back after this 2-minute break once I piece my brain back together. Good Lord. Let's actually get into my final thoughts. How can I explain in the best way possible of what I thought of Fooly Cooly? Well, for starters, it is a nonsensical, ridiculous, insane, bizarre, and crazy show. But in a sense, that was the point. And I enjoyed it. The main draw I got from this is that the plot takes a giant back seat, and normally I would hate that, but it didn't bother me all that much, because the story is, as I said, ridiculous, but it's still enjoyable, huh? The characters and voice acting are so over the top, in a good way. The father is the one that stands out to me. Haruko is like that as well, but much more insane. Listen, real talk. If you see this woman speeding across the highway at high speeds with a guitar that is used as an axe and a fucking shotgun, yes, the first thing that should come into your mind is to... Chase it, man! Chase it! Don't even slow down for nothing! The animation is all over the place. And, in a good way, Gainax literally shared no expense. From the standard hand-drawn animation to cartoony-esque animation, to the South Park style of animation, yes, really, and even animated stills of the manga. No, I am not making all of that up. Now let's talk about the music. Now, usually the music that you would hear is the traditional orchestra, right? Wrong answer! Aside from one musical piece, the whole soundtrack is done by the Japanese band known as The Pillows. Most of it is instrumental, but some are vocal. And I have to say, I became a fan listening to them. My highlights are Sleepyhead, Stalker, and Advice. And I wish I can play them, but I can't because of copyright issues. Look it up for yourself. Overall, Fooly Cooly is a really great show. I gotta be honest, I had a real fun time watching it. With that in mind, the show gets my final grade of 96 guitar shots to the head out of 100. A must watch. So here's the thing. Originally, I was going to review up to 15 shows and 6 movies, but since Godzilla Singular Point, which is the reason why I'm doing this in the first place, is only 3 months away, the arc has been shortened. So, as a result, the anime arc will only last for about 8 episodes, way shorter than the Giant Monster arc. Another update is that I can't re-review every monster movie that I've already reviewed while I'm reviewing anime. That is being put on hold. There's only so much I can handle. I'm not a robot, you know. So, next time on the podcast, we'll be going back into movie territory. Although I may need a bucket for my tears. If you want to learn more on what this whole giant monster business is all about, then I made a remaster of Episode 1, A Legend is Born, where I re-reviewed the original Godzilla from 1954. The pop-up will appear in a few short seconds. Thank you all for watching and your support. If you're new to the channel, then subscribe and hit the notification bell to stay notified whenever a new video comes out. This has been Demetrius signing off, and have a good day.